At all, alfainsurance.com. A busy program tonight, all basketball on this one. The women start us off. Diana Collins from the Alabama women's team will join us along with her head coach, Kristy Curry. And then it's going to be Mo Dioubate, a forward for the Crimson Tide this year. Really been a standout for a squad that is now ranked 4th in America and is also among the few undefeated teams left in SEC play. And, of course, head coach Nate Oats joins us at the bottom of the hour, taking your phone calls at 877-202-BAMA. We look forward to having Coach with us and you joining us on the McMurray Van and Car Rental Hotline. Again, 877-202-BAMA is the number to call. Hey, fans, want to remind you, Crimson Drive comes your way Thursday afternoons on all of our CTSN social media outlets. Crimson Drive live Thursdays at 2 o'clock. Roger Hoover, your host. Be sure to join us for all the latest on Alabama athletics there. And also an opportunity for you Bama fans that are coming to our game tomorrow night. The Tide playing host to the Ole Miss Rebels. That one getting started at 6 o'clock Central Time at Coleman Coliseum. We've been telling you about these great-looking Yeti coolers all season long. And if you're coming tomorrow night, you can stop by the merchandise stand in Coleman to purchase your limited edition Yeti tumbler. Starting tomorrow night, they're going to debut the new basketball Yeti, only available at Coleman Coliseum during men's and women's games while supplies last. Yeti is a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. And, of course, you can keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app. It's presented by Cadence Bank, and it's available at the App Store and at Google Play. Download the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app now for free. You're listening to Hey Coach from Baumhower's Victory Grille. It's the official watch party location of the Crimson Tide. We're talking women's hoops when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's up, Tide fans? This is Mark Sears reminding you that the best defense against ants, spiders, mosquitoes, and other pests is Cook's Pest Control. Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. Cook's Centricon system is today's best technology for termite control. Protect your house with pest control you can trust. Call Cook's today for a free inspection.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we're proud to sponsor the University of Alabama Athletics and prouder to take the field or court with you. Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Hey parents and kids, AEA has unveiled a new contest at your school that lets you count your way to the Iron Bowl of basketball. AEA wants to help K-6 students be academic champions just like the Alabama Crimson Tide. Students who participate in the Be a Champion and Count Challenge could win tickets to the February 15th Alabama vs. Auburn basketball game at Coleman Coliseum. Ask your teacher about contest rules, encourage your child to be an AEA math champion, and win a trip to the Iron Bowl of basketball.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhower here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile, and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99, and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99, or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhower's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
This segment of Hey Coach is presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasty. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? You try and decide. We are at Baumhower's Victory Grill for Hey Coach tonight. I'm Chris Stewart, joined by the women's basketball coach at the University of Alabama, Coach Kristy Curry. Coach, great to see you as always. The Tide has been rolling. Got knocked off course a little bit in the first game of last week, but able to get it back on course. It's life in the SEC, isn't it?
It is. It's about the SEC, and, you know, a top 5 Texas team on their home floor. We didn't fare very well, but what a response from our team yesterday. You know, an Ole Miss team that had been ranked, I think, the week before. And it's a tough place to play. They had an incredible crowd. I think they had about 8,000 in there, and our kids went in there and just really put together, 36 really good minutes, and were able to pull out a road win with defense and rebounded the ball and were able to knock down open shots.
When you have full speed, full allotment of your roster, it's tough enough to win a place like that. But when you're candidly without some key pieces, not to mention one of the top players in the league, and Sarah Ashley Barker, you're really handcuffed, and it's not making excuse, it's fact. And games can get out of hand in a hurry if others are not able to step up.
Yeah, our team really stepped up, and what we've been talking with them about is when SA does come back, it's going to be an opportunity for us to have had minutes and situations that we can really grow from, and I think it just builds our bench and builds, everything's always a blessing in disguise. It's always about your response. And the young lady that's here with me tonight stepped up in a big way. And it can't come from one person, and everybody talks about, yes, injuries happen, but, when it's someone that's a first-team All-SEC, you got to replace that by committee. And I think with Jessica Timmons out, Naomi Jones, and Rachel Douglas, our bench is getting a little thin. I mean,
Sure.
We can't afford something else to happen, but man, the way these kids have stepped up, the way the first group's done a lot to step up, and then the way our bench has stepped up and the way Diana started games and, has become a starter, it's really made a big difference for us. And SA's leadership on the sideline has been huge as well.
What did they learn from the tough game at Texas, and what did you learn about your team with the way they responded against Ole Miss?
Well, it said a lot about their character. And I think we were all embarrassed. It did not go the way. It was one of those perfect storm games. I was thinking I've had 2 others in 30 years that I've been a part of like that, where you just couldn't get anything going, and that team played near perfect. It flipped the table on them yesterday because they didn't play near perfect, and they didn't play that well against Arkansas. It was just one of those nights for Texas and one of those nights for us. And I think the biggest thing is I always say you got to have short-term memory. Right. And whether you win or lose, it's all about your response. So, man, if you've ever wondered about those kids that are going to be, in that jersey Thursday night, their response says everything about their character. And that's why they're going to be successful 10, 20, 30 years down the road, because they can handle adversity. And everybody has adversity, and I think we got to learn how to handle it, and that's one of the things that sports will teach you.
What is, when you're down 4 players, what is, and you have to kind of reshuffle, what is it you're able to hang your hat on right now?
I think the biggest thing is just, we're able to hang our hat on the fact that we still, have some experienced players. I think Carly and Aaliyah and Zay and what they're able to do with their voice. I think it's given them an opportunity, even more of a platform to step up. And then you've got an Essence who's now, the best thing about freshmen, they become sophomores.
Right.
And I think that's been what's happened to Essence. And then you've got a Gianna Cunningham off the bench. And, when you look across our roster, you've got Leah, Chloe, Eris, and Diana that have never played in an SEC road game. And so last week they got a taste of it, and now they understand more about it. Until you go through it, it's really hard to get to it.
All right. The young lady you're referencing, or one of the young ladies you're talking about, Diana Collins, she will be joining us here at Baumhower's when we come back. And if you love Baumhower's chili, you're in luck because Baumhower's Victory Grill is now serving special dishes served with their signature BB's homemade chili, including chili cheese nachos, a char-grilled chili cheese potato stack, and loaded chili cheese fries. Boy, the place got quiet when I started talking about all that. I think they're getting ready to order Baumhower's legendary fun, legendary food, and legendary chili as well. We're back with more in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Hey, Bama fans. Tuscaloosa Drug Company is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics. We've been serving our community and the University Athletic Department for over a decade. There are 3 locations in the Tuscaloosa and Northport area to serve you. We understand the importance of prompt and efficient service. That's why we strive to provide service that you can rely on, where we know you by name. The next time you have a medication need, call who the Tide calls, Tuscaloosa Drug.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live courtside cam, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus Hey Coach. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Looking to make a statement? Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is where you can make your statement. With our incredible range of signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement with Fast Signs. Stop in today or visit fastsigns.com. A proud partner of Alabama Athletics. Let's create something amazing together.
Point Alabama leads. Full court pressure again, but it will subside as Green passes over the timeline to Weathers. Then Collins, right wing, catch and release 3. She's got it. Diana Collins with her first 3-pointer of the game. That makes it 69-54 Alabama.
Roger Hoover on the call as Alabama was able to go to Oxford, get a win over Ole Miss. So glad you're with us here on Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. I'm Chris Stewart with the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Kristy Curry, and joined now by one of her standouts, guard Diana Collins, transfer from Ohio State University. My apologies for not dropping the on the front of that, but now that you're one of us, I'm not worried about it. Great to see you, and a lot of smiles after, I know, a big game yesterday. And look, it's about the team, but when you factor in the win down the stretch, that's got to be pretty cool.
No, yeah, definitely is, especially I think I was just glad that we bounced back after the loss against Texas.
Yeah. Give me a little insight into how you have a loss like that. Nothing you say will be held against you on a basketball court practice after you tell us. How is she? Because there's some we know that can lose their minds a little bit. But how about this one? She keep it reeled in, or she get after you pretty bad?
She kept it real in for the most part, I would say, but definitely told us things that I think brought like a lot of attention to ourselves and that we really needed to lock in and like get it together.
Right. Again, Coach, when you have had as good a year as you've had, one performance can't define everything else and undo everything else. At the same time, clearly there are things to be worked on, or you wouldn't have had the setback that you did.
Yeah, I mean, and we always come back and teach, so we have film improvement time, and, I thought our kids really responded from Texas. Win or lose, we're going to come back and try and improve and get 1% better every day. And, again, we had a decision to make. And, I think it's really important to understand that coaches coach, but players make plays. And you got to give our kids credit because, they really did a good job with their response.
Back, you're in the starting lineup now, and tell me what that's like, how the role changes for you besides getting your name introduced at the start of the game.
Well, SA was a really big role for the team, like not even just like points contributing and stuff like that, but a vocal leader, stuff like that. So I had kind of have to step up in the role of being more vocal and like being more aggressive offensively, as maybe when she was like playing with us that I wouldn't have to be as much. So I guess that's what's kind of changed, but I mean, just being ready all the time.
Coach was telling me about the family history when you came up here. How cool was it to get your first collegiate start at a place where your dad played college football at the University of Missouri?
Yeah, it was pretty cool, I'm glad we beat them, but
I think he had on a Bama shirt that day. Am I right?
No, he definitely had a Bama shirt on.
Basketball
Good man.
shirt. So
Good man.
Good man for sure.
That's awesome.
Her parents are amazing. Both, she comes from such an athletic family, and they both have things in perspective and really support her, and it's incredible to see.
I know it's about recruiting the player, and just because maybe a student athlete doesn't have a great home situation doesn't mean that they can't be a great player and a great person for you. But boy, it does help when they come from that type of family, doesn't it, Coach?
No doubt, and a family that doesn't enable. They tell her the truth, and they're just really special folks. They support her. Her mom, is from Sweden, so she has a chance to play with the Swedish national team, and the way they support her every summer with that, and that's the way I saw them always in the stands in the summer watching her play AAU growing up, and it's a lot of fun to watch that kind of family that, are truth tellers. I think a lot of people enable sometime and aren't honest and not honest. You know what I'm saying? It's really easy as a
Down to
parent.
earth.
Yeah, and what they do with Diana and how they love her and support her and, are honest with her. And just it's really special to see. Her mom and dad are awesome.
Stuff that you say to
They're
her, they've
inspiring
already
to me
heard.
to watch as parents,
Yeah.
being a parent. And I think I really appreciate that about them. They allow us to coach her, and, she does a great job of just being a great example and role model, a great big sister. I mean, it's fun to watch her with her little brother. She's a really special young lady, and that's what makes her the player. And can't wait to see what the future holds because she's got a great career ahead of her at Alabama.
All right, so I'm going to guess, first of all, you're the greatest Alabama women's basketball player ever from Sweden. I'm just going to go out on a limb there. I want to hear what Roll Tide sounds like in Swedish. Can you do that? Because I was told you speak a little.
Yeah, I speak a little. I'm not really sure. I think it's just probably Roll Tide. I'm not really sure.
It's amazing how similar it sounds there, Coach. I didn't know I spoke
I know.
Swedish, but
I
can say I speak a little bit if somebody asks me if I speak it.
It's maybe with a little more like Swedish accent, but it's I think it really is Roll Tide or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
You checked on that before you recruited her,
Well, we
didn't
talked
you?
about that with her. We also signed another young lady that plays Lourdes Da Silva early in our signing, and Lourdes was telling me the same thing, so they've both verified. I think it's real simple. Still Roll Tide.
All right.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the funniest on the team and the best dancer. I will not ask you to dance here on the radio show. First of all, it's great for the audience here, but it doesn't translate well on radio. Do you stand by the funniest comment?
I don't know.
Okay, that means
There's a lot
she
of
is,
funny
Coach.
people on the team. I don't know if I'm the funniest though.
Apparently, there was a vote taken, and they say you are. There's a vote of Anna in athletic communication. She's the one that gave you the title on that. Look, nothing funny about the way you're playing. You're playing great for the team right now. You got another one coming up soon, Coach. Tell us what's next for your squad. And, again, where things are progressing.
Yes, South Carolina, number 2 in the country, coming in here on Thursday night. We need an amazing crowd. And then we turn around and go up to Arkansas on Sunday. And then we'll have a bye week next week, and then we host that following Sunday, Vanderbilt at 1 p.m. So 2 out of the next 3 at home. We all know for you to be successful in the SEC, you got to defend your home court. And we're just excited for the opportunity ahead. We've been in some great home court advantages here the past week with Texas and Ole Miss. And, I hope everyone in our community will come out and support this group because they deserve it.
Makes a difference. Coach,
Sure
thank you
does.
so much. Diana, thank you so much. Best of luck to you.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Good to
Thank
see
y'all.
in Swedish. Roll Tide. All right. When we come back, don't go anywhere. We'll still got a few minutes, and then we're going to be joined by Mo Dioubate and also Coach Nate Oats. Stay with us here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
I'm Coach Nate Oats, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Techron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many Chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
When it comes to land care, you need equipment that's a slam dunk every time. At Tri-Green Equipment, we provide the tried and true support you need for your John Deere gear. Just like the Alabama Crimson Tide, we're always ready to assist you in making those game-winning plays. Visit us today and experience the unbeatable support that keeps you in the game. Tri-Green Equipment, proud sponsor of Crimson Tide basketball.
Our Everwood Performance of the Week goes to Alabama men's basketball guard Mark Sears. A game-high 27 points, including 9 of 10 from the free throw line. He was tops among 4 players in double figures in Bama's 94-88 win over 10th-ranked Texas A&M on Saturday night in College Station, Texas. That's your Everwood Performance of the Week. Everwood, wood treated right. To ask a question for Coach Nate Oats tonight, give us a call on the McMurray Van and Car Rental Hotline at 877-202-BAMA. Rent local with McMurray Van and Car Rental. We offer the perfect vehicle for any need. Proudly serving Alabama. Visit us today for a hassle-free rental experience. We talked with one of those players for Coach Nate Oats, who's such a major part of the Tide's number 4 national ranking and the 3-0 start in Southeastern Conference play. Mohamed Dioubate joining us next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Bama fans, this is Roger Hoover. Each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. Each Monday night, join us for Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhower's Victory Grille in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Tide coaches and players, plus take your calls. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Hey Coach, Mondays at 6 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Crimson Tide fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this year with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide!
Did you know that your largest organ is your skin? The Wound Care Center at DCH is an outpatient clinic focused on modern treatments for chronic wounds and non-healing sores. Our team is staffed with dedicated physicians, nurses, and therapists who specialize in treating chronic wounds and identifying their complex causes, circumstances, and challenges. When you need more than a Band-Aid, there's the DCH Wound Care Center. Learn more about our services at dchsystem.com/wound care.
1225 is your ultimate game day destination. Catch the game on one of their 35 big-screen high-def TVs, combined with an extensive menu of mouth-watering food and refreshing drinks. Juicy burgers, crispy wings, craft beers, signature cocktails. 1225, where the energy is high, the screens are massive, and the excitement is contagious. Visit 1225 on the Strip in Tuscaloosa, less than 2 blocks from Bryant-Denny Stadium. 1225 Sports Bar, where sports, food, and fun collide.
Tired of being just another patient at your chain pharmacy? Make the switch to Payless Drugs. With 5 convenient locations in Bessemer, Birmingham, Fairfield, Morris, and Springfield, our knowledgeable team can provide personalized medication reviews and supplement recommendations, deliver medications to your door, and more. Visit mypaylessdrugs.com to transfer today. We're just what the doctor ordered.
Gamecocks with the basketball. Scott's lob attempt knocked away by Mo. Here comes Dioubate the other way, working his way down the lane to the rim, and he's fouled it. Boy, he deserved all of that. The and one for the man who got the steal. Was looking for a teammate, realized, you know what? I got a clear path. I'm taking it. A clear path and take it. Indeed, he did. Talking about Mohamed Dioubate, who was and has been such a big part of Alabama's success, especially at the end of last year during their run to the Final Four and also this season as well. We welcome Mohamed Dioubate to the stage here at Baumhower's Victory Grille in Tuscaloosa. Mo, good to see you as always. How much fun are you have just wreaking havoc on both ends of the floor right now?
Man, I love it, man. I love just playing hard every day on the court with my teammates, you know, and especially when we winning. It's
right.
Nothing like it.
It's nothing like it. And one of the things that I know talking with Coach Oats about with you is knowing that you're a guy who's going to factor in to winning whether the offense runs through you or not. Now, the ball comes to you. You're a part of that. You've improved so much on the offensive end. You're able to get your shot. You're able to get your look. But your greatest success, it seems like, when one of your teammates miss. How have you been able to be so good on the offensive glass?
I don't like them missing, but, you know, when they miss, it creates an opportunity for me to score. But, The rebounding thing is just like a natural instinct for me. Being able to read the ball as it go off their fingers. And I practice it sometimes, but it's actually like a gift.
Sure.
It's a talent actually. A lot of people ask me how I do it so well. It's just an instinct. I just react quick. When I see the ball go up.
People talk about toughness and hustle. I know those play a big part in it, and technique as far as boxing out. I know all those things matter, but you brought it up, instinct.
Yeah.
And you do study a little bit, don't you? I mean, you can tell, what one of your teammates misses looks like.
Yeah.
And from that vantage point, it kind of helps as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
When you're in a ball game like the one the other night at Texas A&M, it's a loud environment, biggest game they've ever had as far as regular season, early in conference play, because it's the first time that two ranked teams in the top 10 have ever faced each other in College Station. That had never happened before.
Yeah.
And so you knew that was going to bring a lot of energy, but that's a tough, physical team. Does that put that much more on you to kind of set that tone for your teammates to match that style of play?
Yeah, I think it do, because, when they think about the tough stuff in the team, I'm one of the guys they think about,
Right.
So going into games like that, Houston or like any other tough opponent, I try to set the tone in practice, days prior to the game, just bringing the toughness to the team, leadership, and stuff like that. And I try to bring the guys along with me, just to play hard.
There's no way guys enjoy practicing against you with the way you play. Who's the guy you dislike practicing against the most, though? Who's the toughest guy you face in practice when y'all are going live?
Toughest guy I play against, probably Mark
Sears?
LeBaron. It's LeBaron.
Yeah.
I'll say LeBaron because he plays hard like almost every possession in practice. Cliff as well. He tried to block all my shots,
Right.
I try to finish around the rim a lot. He always try to block my shots. So I say LeBaron and Cliff.
But also, you answering that way, there's a guard and there's a big.
Yeah.
That tells me that you may draw the assignment defensively.
It's actually CY, Chris Youngblood.
Uh-huh.
He's the toughest guy I got to play against in practice.
6'4", 225, I would imagine. So
because we're both like big guys,
Uh-huh.
we all just banging on each other. So I say Chris he brings it every day in practice, every day.
So those three guys, I guess my point is, you may be called on to guard a big, but you may also get called on to defend against a physical guard.
Yeah.
How much do you enjoy that type challenge?
And I love it. The versatility part of it, being able to guard a guard, then being able to switch on a big, and not having like a problem, or a disadvantage. That's like a strong suit that I have for this team. Bringing my versatility to the team. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, your coach is going to join us here. Always good to see you. Appreciate you so much. Mo Dioubate, thanks for the time. Keep it going. Appreciate you so much. Mohamed Dioubate from Queens, New York, joining us here on the show. Hey Coach is presented by Alfa Insurance, auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. AlfaInsurance.com. Nate Oats is with us next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Coach Nate Oats, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education.
Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You know that feeling when you're doing what you love? You're in the zone, truly and fully alive, lost in thought. You know what you're not thinking about? Insurance. That's where Alfa comes in. Alfa handles all things insurance, so you're free to do anything. So get out there and live your best life. Whatever your thing is, we've got you covered. That's life with Alfa Insurance. Visit alfainsurance.com to learn more.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
10, 9 on the shot clock, 7, 6, Sears in the lane, at 5, out to Youngblood, thought about a 3, back to Sears, lets it fly, too strong, rebound tip, no, Youngblood, Stevenson with the rebound, out to Sears, tries it again, in and out, no good, rebound played by Phylon, Sears again, finals. This segment of Hey Coach is presented by Homewood Suites by Hilton in downtown Tuscaloosa. Make yourself at home, stay in comfort, and enjoy the great options of the on-site 205 restaurant and bar. Homewood Suites by Hilton in Tuscaloosa, proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide. Chris Stewart back with you at Baumhower's Victory Grille. Coach Nate Oats joining us here on stage. 4th-ranked team in America. Coach, good to see you. Congratulations on another big week since we last visited.
Yeah, go on the road twice, get wins. I mean, no road wins easy to get in the SEC, as you figured out. I mean, South Carolina, we handled pretty well on the road, but they're a pretty good team. I mean, they almost beat Auburn. We needed our guy Nick Pringle to come through with a couple free throws at the end there for us, but you know they're a good team that's going to knock some people off at their place. So to get that win was big. And then, you know, bounce back, go down to A&M, and they've been playing really good. You know, they were top 10 when we went in there, the first time ever that there's been a top 10 matchup in Reed Arena. It's, you know, they've become a really good program. Bud's done a great job. They've got very tough, physical players everywhere. I mean, they're number 1 in the country in offensive rebounding rate. So I thought our guys answered the bell pretty well. And, you know, to be up 15 with 7 minutes to go in that game was good. I wish we'd have closed it a little bit better, but we'll take a 6-point win. We'll take any kind of win on the road against a top 10 team for sure.
How do you prepare your team for the physicality of what they're going to face in a matchup like that against Texas A&M? And I know you schedule-wise, you've played teams like that, but I just mean mentally going into a specific matchup, knowing that it's going to be, you don't anticipate it being a 3-hour game, but still you know it's. Did
your voice survive the whole 3? Mine's still still recovering.
Barely, but it was different. It was tough, but you know that going in. How do you relay that to your players?
I mean, you can't really. I mean, you can try it. Like, if you go that hard the day before the game, you're going to get injured. I mean, it's like getting them ready. You know. It's like a football game. You know, you don't hit on Friday before you play Saturday.
Sure.
So we did a little bit of live stuff, but you can't just send the you know, everybody in flying through. You're going to end up with injuries. So you tell them, you warn them, you tell them men got to step up. You get guys like our guy Mo D on the team, so we answer the bell. I mean, he's come through against Houston, all the tough teams. We know. I always go up to Mo D to practice before and be like, this is a Mo D special here coming. He just nods his head. He's like, yeah, I know, I'm ready. And he's always ready. So, you get some tough kids in your program. We've been beating some teams by out-toughing them. We haven't shot it particularly well this year. We haven't even been making our free throws lately, but we've been out-toughing teams. So we're finding different ways to do it. It'd be nice if we'd start knocking down threes like I think we're capable of, and going to the line, making our free throws, and putting the skill with the toughness. But you just gotta preach it to them and show them video and look, man, we gotta bring it. We're not gonna get beat on tough stuff. So we haven't been beat on tough stuff yet this year.
Phenomenal job on the rebounding, Coach, against a team that's been so good in that regard. But the clip we heard coming out of the break, I mean, you got 3 chances. I know you'll take your chances with Mark Sears getting 3 shots on a possession.
Yeah, listen, he doesn't miss many open ones. He doesn't miss very many back-to-back. He's sure not going to miss 3 in a row. He get 3 open shots. So I thought that was a pretty cool clip. And to see how excited everybody was, and I mean, 0 hesitation from Mark. That's our deal. Don't turn down open shots. I don't care how many miss in a row. If you're a shooter, you shoot. And he had no hesitation. Just come on, get it to me one more time. I got this one. So he knocked it in. That was a pretty cool clip. And you saw some tough plays in there. I mean, Jaron Stevenson's in there fighting with some grown men. Jaron's been playing like a grown man here lately. He's got the heart ahead of the last 2 games. And I think he's getting his confidence going, and, knowing he can go in there and make tough physical plays. So super happy for Jaron the last couple of games. We've got Holloway's 5 games in a row now in double figures. He's starting to come into his own. Youngblood's coming around. I thought that was the best Youngblood's looked. So got guys hitting their stride here when we need them to. If we can hopefully avoid injuries and keep our depth we needed. Like you said, that game went 3 hours. My voice still recovering. But, I mean, half the team almost fouled out. Half the team either had 4 or 5 fouls. So, we've got guys coming around at the right time, I think.
Coach, not only guys to be able to play, but guys that are versatile and can play multiple spots. And I know you talk about positionless basketball, but still, if you got 3 posts or guys that are thought of as posts that are out, 3 of your bigs were in foul trouble for a good bit of that ball game. And so it requires Mo, who I know is one, but is not as tall. You got other guys. You have to play a little bit different way, but you also have to have guys that can go from maybe the 2 to play in the 4 or the 5 even, based on what you need done in that spot.
Yeah, that's guys like Youngblood, Darian Reed. Darian can play. He's pretty versatile. Chris, I think that's most minutes. He did play more minutes one other game, but he had 4 fouls, but I thought that's the best he's played all year. So, pretty much our whole front court was in foul trouble. Though Grant fouled out, Dioubate fouled out, Cliff had 4, Aiden Sherrill had 4, so, and then Youngblood had 4. But Jaron Stevens was the only one. He won the hard hat, the only one that wasn't in foul trouble. So, we different guys step up. Jaron's one of those guys that we haven't point guards, 2 guards, but he's 6'10". He can play 2, 3, 4, 5. He's becoming quite a tool for us defensively, rebounding wise, and hopefully that kind of gets him going, shooting the ball. He's capable of being a really good shooter. He's got great form. He just got to get his confidence going here a little bit.
All right, Coach, tonight's first question brought to us by Alabama 811. Help prevent injuries, outages, and loss of life. Call 811 or visit al811.com before you dig. It's free. It's simple. It's the law, and it's to Grand Bay, Alabama we go. Pee Wee, you're up first with Coach. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Chris. Hey, Coach, how are you, sir?
Doing great, Pee Wee.
Well, y'all kind of talked a little bit about what I was going to ask, but, when you have a game like we had on Saturday, where you have 58 fouls called, resulting in 88, I think it was, free throws, and the game lasts that long. How does that affect your coaching with the way that the game gets called when they call it as tight as they called it like that?
I mean, in game, the only thing it affects is I just get a little more upset with the officials, and I got to remind myself to coach the team and not yell at the officials. I mean, I told our guys, like, we got to be smart. Let's not have any dumb fouls. I mean, we had 3 of them in the backcourt where we're not even pressing, so let's not do anything dumb like that. I mean, honestly, like Grant had one, Modi had one, they both fouled out of the game. So those fouls in the backcourt, don't need those. Kind of remind them, no dumb fouls. And then, like, on our end, let's be more aggressive. They're calling them tight like this. Let's get to the rim. Let's get to the free throw line ourselves. So, I thought we were pretty aggressive. I'm not quite sure how they shot that many more free throws than us. They're typically the ones fouling more than we are, but we figured it out. We got through it. It's tough being on the road in the SEC.
Thanks for the call, Pee Wee. Appreciate it. Again, 877-202-BAMA if you want to join Coach. Let's go and talk about what lies ahead, because it's no easier. You got Ole Miss tomorrow, then there's a trip to the Bluegrass where you've had some success, but new blood, new look to their squad, new level of success there at Kentucky. Let's kind of jump, if we can, just a quick thought on the Cats before we get a little in-depth on Ole Miss.
Yeah, I mean, Kentucky's, Kentucky's Kentucky. They're good. They've been able to recruit. I think Coach Pope's done a really good job modernizing their offense. They're taking a lot of threes, spread you out. They've had big wins. He's doing a really good job. I think from the outside, I'm not on the inside, but like getting this group to really enjoy playing with each other and playing for each other, because the ball moves, and they've played well in big games. So, if we keep going here, well, no matter what happens, it's going to be we're going to be top 5 in the country, because rankings don't come out till a week from today. So, to have a top 5 team in the country coming in to Rupp, they're going to be ready. It's the biggest, it's the biggest arena in the SEC. So I think he's done a good job. I think they've done a really good job in the transfer portal, and it's Kentucky. So that's going to be a big game. We're going to have to defend the 3. They throw it inside a little bit too. We're going to have to defend inside without having to double a whole lot, because then you're going to give up threes to their shooters. So we're going to have a really good game plan together there. And then, like I said, it's road games, so those are not easy to win. So, but before we get to them, Ole Miss pretty dang good. There's 3 undefeated teams left in our league, and they're one of them. So we'll have the only matchup of undefeateds going on Tuesday night. So they're good. They've had good wins. They're really well coached. They've got 7 players on their team that have scored over 1,000 points in their career. They've gone in the transfer portal and gotten tough, veteran, experienced guys. And offensively, they're running similar stuff, but different than, when he went to the national championship game, when he was at Texas Tech. A lot of movement. You got to guard movement, but you got to guard really talented players in the movement. And then, our offensive end, they turn people over a lot, and we've had an issue with turnover some. So we're going to have to make sure we take care of the ball tomorrow night.
I would imagine having played a style that you just played is going to help you in this game, because you talk about physicality and you've prepped for it and all of that, but when you've just seen it, I would imagine you're up to that pace. You're expecting it, I guess, or more comfortable with it.
Yeah, you know what? Playing A&M, they're heavy, no middle into the ball, try to turn you over, trap it hard on the, baseline. Like Ole Miss is similar in that regard. I think the preparation for A&M will definitely help against Ole Miss. Now, Ole Miss switches almost all the screens, where Texas A&M wasn't doing that as much. So our switch attack, sometimes when teams switch everything, you get a little stagnant, turned into ISO ball. We got to make sure that doesn't happen. We got to get the ball moving, which sometimes is hard when they're switching everything. So, we've got to make concerted effort to be great on offense. And then defensively, we know we've got to make a jump. I think Coach Adams is doing a really good job. Our guys are buying in. We just got to clean up a few little things, I think.
Coach, the game against Ole Miss is one of your home games, one of the few that you've had recently. How big of an impact is that crowd? We've seen it already a couple of times from your squad, but what it can do for your team, especially for a game that tips at 6 o'clock on a Tuesday night.
We haven't lost money at home here over the last few years, so I think maybe one last year, none the year before. We haven't lost yet this year. So one in the last 3 years. Our crowd's been big. I think when we need stops, they understand. We've got an educated crowd. They get after it. I think when our guys feed off it a little bit. So we need them to show up. I mean, it's part of what makes college basketball. The crowd, the student section, people are right there. And it's not just the students that get loud. Like everybody in there, it's just a different environment. And I think we need to have it. So the place should be packed. Students are back. Hopefully, I know it's a sellout. We need everybody in their seats. If you bought a seat, make sure if you're not in it, somebody's in it. Right. And let's make sure that place is loud because we're going to need it tomorrow. Whoever wins that game is going to be in first place, possibly still tied with Auburn, but after Tuesday, Wednesday's games. But they will be in first place because we're both 3-0 going in the game.
Coach, always appreciate the time. Great to see you, and hopefully we'll be talking about a similar run when we meet again next week.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Chris. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Coach Nate Oats with us here for Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance, auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all, and online at alfainsurance.com. Be sure to get game day ready by shopping at Alumni Hall. It's your ultimate Crimson Tide shopping experience. Shop Nike for all your officially licensed Bama gear. Head to Alumni Hall, Midtown Village, or shop alumnihall.com. Receive $10 in rewards for every $150 that you spend. Check them out again at Alumni Hall. We're back with a wrap-up on this edition of Hey Coach and the Nate Oats Show on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
See the call as we make the call. Watch the Courtside Cam presented by NASCAR for each Alabama home basketball game. Streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms, you can get a front row seat to every big play and every reaction from the Alabama radio crew for men's and women's basketball. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X at UA_CTSN.
Wide open 9, left corner 3. Switch!
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Tribe driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
Prestige Health Net is helping rural hospitals stay local and stay open in Alabama. We use our own money to improve your hospital's IT infrastructure by delivering superior internet, cybersecurity, phones, TVs, and more. Prestige Health Net brings professional solutions to rural hospitals, saving costs and elevating healthcare standards. For more information about Prestige Health Net, visit us online at prestigehealthnet.com. Prestige Health Net. We help your hospital help you.
Founded in Haleyville, Alabama in 1965 by Hal and Melissa Guthrie, Guthrie's was America's first chicken finger restaurant. Guthrie still uses the family's original Southern fried chicken recipe in every chicken finger they serve. Fresh, hot, and fast. Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers has been Alabama owned and operated since 1965, and Guthrie's is still growing strong. Come see us soon. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and an official partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, Let's go places. Get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through February 3rd, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.08 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
I'm Cole Adams.
And I'm Jeremy Bernard. We are all excited to enjoy the energy of Bryant-Denny Stadium this fall, but viruses that cause respiratory diseases are still prevalent in our communities.
Vaccination against these viruses is very important for everyone, and especially for those who are at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today.
Stay safe and roll Tide.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers, an Alabama tailgate tradition. Founded in Haleyville, Alabama in 1965, Guthrie's has been a Bama fan favorite for years. From your hometown to college towns all around, Guthrie's is still serving the family's original Southern fried chicken recipe just like always, fresh, hot, and fast. Make Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers the MVP of your next tailgate. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and now an official partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
Alabama and Ole Miss tomorrow night in Tuscaloosa. Tip-off time set for 6. Pre-game coverage starts at 5 here on the network. Don't forget our Alabama Insider podcast. It's on demand wherever you subscribe and get your podcasts. Hey, Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. Wrapping up for Tom Stipe and the rest of the crew. I'm Chris Stewart. Thanks for joining us. Roll Tide and good night from Baumhower's Victory Grill.